Hey entrepreneurs and business owners, welcome back to Fireside Chat with Connie J Pak. I'm still trying to figure out what these videos will be about, but I thought that usually when you're sitting around a campfire, you're sharing stories, maybe even scary stories if you're going camping. But I hate scary stories, so we're going to stay away from scary stories. We're going to stick to maybe just stories, good, bad, the ugly, that I might have experienced. I would love to hear more from you guys and what you guys may have experienced over the years. I think there's so much value and so much we can learn from each other. And so I think that's what we're going to do with these Fireside Chats. So in the first Fireside Chat, if you haven't heard it or watched it, I went at a very high level view of my journey of how I became a marketing agency and where I am today. Very high level. We'll definitely be diving into specific milestones in future videos. But in this particular video, I wanted to talk about my experience with e-commerce and the ups and downs I have experienced with e-commerce. So grab yourself a glass of wine or beer, whatever your preference is, and let's just hang out and talk. So for this particular video, I'm going to go back, this is about 7 years ago. I had my first son. His name was Aiden, and I was a new mom. I was already an entrepreneur, but at the time I wasn't I wasn't the lead as an entrepreneur. My husband and I did it together. We were flipping houses, a lot of different real estate things. And I think I just wanted to do something on my own, right? And so as a mom, I'm thinking, you know what? I know what all moms want now because I'm a mom, and so I'm an expert at this point, right? So I came across the idea of food scissors. So these food scissors are special. Let me show you. These food scissors have ceramic blades. They're super sharp, actually. They can actually cut through steak. They're used to cut noodles, vegetables, meats, a variety of different things. So just because they're cutesy looking with the white, it doesn't mean that they're play scissors. They actually can cut, and they're really sharp. So they're not for kids. They're for parents to cut the foods for the kids. It came in a cute little pouch, chevron design. You know, I did the red because that was the color of my son's baby shower and things. So I just sourced these products. I worked with their team to get them designed the way I like. I got samples after samples, and oh my goodness, these samples, it was like $50 to get one product shipped over from China, just so you can see the quality and the material. So it wasn't cheap. And I was like, well, you know what? It doesn't matter because it's such a great idea. They're gonna sell out. And so I really emotionally got attached. I think, post baby, I was just for sure thinking this was it. Couple of red flags I probably didn't see that I wish I had is one, food scissors, that key word right there, is actually not a highly searchable term. And so when you go to Amazon, people search for things like bug bite, and then all the bug bite related products and stuff will just pop up. Or diapers, and then all the diapers will pop up. But food scissors, or kids' food scissors, that's just not a high searchable term. And so that was just one of the red flags that I wish I had caught a little earlier on. Another one was I didn't realize a lot of people actually didn't use scissors in their kitchen. I think like the more professional term for it is shears or something like that, kitchen shears. But I'm Korean, and as a Korean family, I always had scissors. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a Korean restaurant, but they cut the meat with scissors. They don't use a fork and a knife. If you go to a Korean restaurant and order noodles, they'll actually cut the noodles with scissors right in front of you at the table. Like, it's just a thing. Like, they just use scissors a lot in the kitchen. And so I grew up with scissors, and little did I know, like, most families didn't. And then when I was talking to my friends, they're like, no, didn't really have scissors in our kitchen. And so it wasn't something that people were accustomed to. It is something that's super convenient, but it just wasn't something that people would just be looking for. And so these are just kind of some of the things I started to wrap my head around, like, okay, here are the key reasons why this didn't work. And so I went through the process. I sourced products, I got the samples, I finalized, I shipped 1,000 of these over, 1,000 of the bags over. I spent a lot of money having everything manufactured, customized in the sense that, it was branded and everything. And, they didn't sell. I put them up on Amazon. And my biggest competitor was probably Zoli, Zoli. They also had ceramic blades. They didn't have a cute pouch to go with it, of course. but they did have a few other products. And for me, I just had this one. And so I did a few promotional things where I gave away free scissors in exchange for testimonials, and everyone raved about it. Not because they got it for free, like they genuinely raved about it because they've come back and ordered more since. And so that tells me the people who do get their hands on it, they love it. But it was a discouraging life lesson. So keep in mind, I'm probably like 1 year from like having had a baby, and for me to kind of really have something that was my own. It was 100% mine, not my husband's and mine, but it's like I spearheaded it. I took charge. It was really discouraging for him to just be like, as it was being shipped over, he would do some research and he's like, hey, did you do research to see if this would sell? And I'm like, no, I just know it will because I like it. And it's just, it got to the point where like I got emotionally tied to it. I got emotionally involved and I didn't look at the data. And so, number one, don't get too emotionally involved, I guess. But so it was kind of a low point in the sense that I had a garage full of scissors that was not moving. I didn't really want to spend more money trying to advertise something because if it doesn't move on Amazon, it's not going to move in other places as easily as well unless you really like push on putting out the content. We still had our flipping business. We still had a few other things, and it just wasn't something I was able to put the time into. And so I eventually had to set it down, let it go, and just see it as a learning experience where I just said, you know what? It didn't go as planned. I can officially call it a failure, but you know what? I learned a lot from it. I am able to connect with a lot of e-commerce businesses for their marketing today because of my own experience. There's just so much to take away from it. You learn so much when you go through these experiences. So I just want to encourage anyone who just might be looking to do something, afraid to take action, and then afraid of the failure. Unless you just don't go overboard, don't put your whole life savings in something. But as long as you're doing it within reason and you're budgeting and things like that to some degree, just sometimes you just have to take the risk. And if it doesn't work out, like in this case it didn't, it became a great learning experience. I give these away a lot and people love them. I have talks and I'll share these stories when I talk about marketing, and then I give it away for free for anyone who has toddlers at home, which are quite a bit actually in this entrepreneur business space. And it's been great. It's a way to just really connect with other people using my failures. So when I look at them, I don't see it as a failure anymore. I see it as a stepping stone to allow me to grow and to be who I am today and to know what I know now because of the experience I had gone through. And so I hope that is a little bit of an encouragement that literally, like, entrepreneur or business owner, as a business owner, your route doesn't go like this. Literally will go like this. And just have some really awesome people around you that are going to support you and help you speak truth into your life when you need it, and just be able to encourage you and as you go along your journey. So thanks for listening. Until next time, cheers. How was that?